Hey guys, thank you for tuning back into Dan Cabanuk Photography. First thing I got to show you is this hat. Check it out. Right there, that is a D700. Even has my name on it, in case I forget that. You should get yourself one. I think I got to give me the D850 next. I don't know, whatever. But thank you for tuning back into Dan Cabanuk Photography. Over Memorial Day weekend, our local yacht club, every year they have a party thing they put together. Lots of boats come in and hang out and do their thing for the weekend. There's bands, all sorts of things. So I like to go down there and do some shooting, the street photography thing and whatever. This year though, I decided to go ahead and take the Nifty 50 out and put it on the D850. I've had the D850 I think since August of last year, 2022. Haven't really shot it that much for this type of thing for various reasons. But this time I decided to put the Nifty 50 on there, go out there and see what I could get with that thing, see what was going on. So I did a video on that, and then at the end, I decided to go back when the sun was going down, because once the lights come on and all the boats and you get the reflection of the water and all that, can make for a pretty cool scene. So at the end, I did get an image I really liked. I got lucky, it was high tide, so there wasn't a lot of movement on the water, but for super long exposures, the boats are still moving, people are walking on the boats, so it's hard to you get super sharp buildings and then you get boats that are blurry. I'm sure you totally understand. Anyway, go ahead, here's the video. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Take care. I did a video not too long ago where I decided to take the Nifty 50 out and pop it on the D700. I was in San Francisco, and I love the D700 for people, events, and street photography. All my other videos are about that very thing. Today, what I'm doing is I'm going downtown, my hometown, Petaluma. It's Memorial Weekend. We have the river comes into town with a turning basin. It's pretty neat. A lot of boats come in and they party all weekend. It's kind of fun. So what I decided to do this time though is take out the D850 with the Nifty 50. I'm questioning, I'm questioning myself regarding the D850. It's arguably the best DSLR Nikon ever made. Lots of professionals use it for a long time, mostly until they switch to the modern, the Z lens, the Z mounts and things. But I haven't given my D850 a chance, so I need to do that. I just love the 12 megapixel rendering of people, because we don't see people in super sharp, high detailed focus every day. We see them, to me, the way that 12 megapixels in the D700 renders people is more natural or something. But I haven't given my D850 a whole lot of chance on this. So I'm gonna go downtown with the little Nifty 50 and shoot a bunch of shots, see what I get. It's obviously an awesome camera. The only problem ultimately is the files are so big, and so when you're just kind of shooting photography like this for fun, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense to have these massive files. Anyway, let's go down there, let's get it and see what we get. All right, guys, so this is basically what we call the turning basin. It's Petaluma River. Right here is our local yacht club, and a couple times a year we get a bunch of boats down here. This is Memorial Day weekend, so they come down, they party for a couple of days. The whole river basin down here, there's a ton of great restaurants, we get bands playing. It's just a lot of fun. So we're gonna go around here with the D850 and the Nifty 50 Plastic Fantastic, snap off a few pictures. So overall, I was really happy with the pictures. Just walking around downtown. Yeah, I just love the colors Nikon has. And the D850 has a lot of saturation. More saturation than the D700, but the D700, there's something about that color palette that I absolutely love. But overall, you can't go wrong, and you gotta really put your hands at thumbs up, hats off, whatever you want to say, to the Nifty 50. It's really a great little lens. These particular two, through the brick wall, what a perfect frame. I had to figure something else out. I'd like to get maybe a person that's bigger in that, but give me some more ideas for when I go back. But definitely a great combination just to go down and have fun with. And you could essentially print something if somebody really wanted it for this. I mean, it's sharp and it's the D850 with 45 megapixels. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and overall I'm happy. Okay, so after I did the street photography with the D850 and the Nifty 50, I decided to go back down to the marina at night to get an actual an image that I can print. My bread and butter, honestly, at the moment is prints. I sell prints out of the gallery here, and actually, I've been fortunate. It has supported my business up to this point, and has paid. It helps pay for the gear, and I actually was able to get the D850 from the prints that I sold, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. But I wanted to go down and see if I could get a nice image that I could possibly print. So I went back down there with the D850, of course, and some different lenses, and set myself up to go ahead and see what I could get.
All right, guys, so after my little rendezvous with the Nifty 50, I said I'd come down here and check out the marina tonight, or the turning basin at our river. You can see it back here. It's got all sorts of boats in it. Usually there's only 2 or 3 boats in it on any given day, because it's Memorial Weekend. They're down here hanging out, partying. Big party last night. They all seem to be chilling now, getting back from dinner. Don't know what we're gonna get for the sky. It might not get an awesome sky, I don't know, but once the boats turn their lights on, and we're going to get some killer reflection. It's a little bit of breeze out here, not too bad. So we should get a pretty cool picture back here. I got the 24-70 on the camera now, and might bust out the 70 to 200, get some of that. Of course, we're going to go, ISO 64, long exposure stuff, and hopefully we'll get some color in that sky and see what we got going. So here's my setup. Of course, got my tripod. Got the good old D850 out there right now. It's got the 70 to 200. I use a shutter release cable for this, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Starting to get some little bit of reflection and color off to the left here, and yeah, we'll do it. So one of the things you have to consider when shooting down here is the tide. Fortunately, I'm really fortunate. Fortunately, I'm fortunate. Wow. The tide's really high right now, which makes for the best reflection, obviously. When the tide's low, we got at least 3 or 4 feet of mud bank, and it's really not appealing for pictures. So I'm really fortunate. So I don't think we're gonna get a lot of reflection from the sunlight in the sky, but what I'm hoping happens is the city lights come on. We have really low clouds or fog, whatever this is, probably clouds. I'm hoping that the city lights get reflected up into the clouds and light it up. That could be kind of cool. So that's what we're shooting for tonight.
So I did get a couple of images. This first image is actually a stacked image. Not something that I do too often, but I was trying to bring out more detail in the sky because it was really flat. The light still hasn't gotten great yet. Not too many lights on the boats have lit up. Off to the right, you'll see a bridge with half of it lit up with yellow. Unfortunately, the whole thing isn't lit up. That's actually a tribute to the Ukraine war, the Ukrainians in the war and support for them. The other side of the bridge is actually lit up with blue and yellow. It's really neat. Unfortunately, here only half of it is lit. And then to the right of center, you'll see a clock that's overexposed. No matter what I do, I overexpose that clock. I've tried cutting back just on the clock, and there's no numbers there. I'm not sure how fast the exposure would have to be from this distance or to get those numbers to show up. But it's been sort of this weird nemesis thing. Really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily take away from the rest of the photo. It's just something that I particularly notice. But the light still isn't great. It's a little flat, but it's okay. I thought I would try the stack thing. It did essentially work. Probably could have stacked more than 3 and gotten more detail in the sky, but overall it's just fine. It's not something I'm probably going to print, but it's not that bad of an image either. So this was my favorite image of the night. I had moved over to the right a little bit from where I was. You can see center left, there's a cathedral in the back. It's the local Catholic church. It's a pretty amazing building. I put the Tamron 70 to 200 on, zoomed in, and this was a 30-second exposure. I liked the composition better. I got rid of the half bridge light, which is kind of odd. The 30 seconds worked. Well, the boat started moving. The high tide was starting to go out. Most of these boats are pretty sharp, so I was pretty happy with that. As the night went on, it get harder with the longer exposures to get everything sharp. The clock is still overexposed, but it's okay. You know, it is what it is. You never get that silly thing right from this spot anyway. I went ahead. I'm definitely going to print this one. I'm printing it on metal, and I think that will be pretty cool. See when it gets here, but this is definitely the one of the night that I was pretty happy with. I did move around. I went to the other side of the bridge. On the right side, you can't see it here, where I was facing the full bridge, and the boats were actually behind it. In fact, in the Nifty 50 pictures, you'll see one of those. Didn't work. The boats were moving too much. The long exposure made all the lights look really weird. But that's it. So that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, and I will see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye.